Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodio. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Civil War II, a crossover that when it came out, I remember a lot of people started to hate on it. I didn't think it was just totally terrible. I thought it was pretty mediocre. It has quite a few moments that I feel that they're wasted opportunities. There's pretty poor characterization of some central characters to this crossover, especially Captain Marvel. And a couple of moments that I just really didn't like. But I didn't think it was the whole thing was terrible. So what I wanted to do is just give you guys a brief overview of the story, tell you guys what I liked, what I didn't like. It was written by Brian Michael Bendis. Wasn't one of his better moments, at least for me. And but right off the bat, one of the big issues that I had with this story, and this during this time of Marvel, is that this story is pushed by this whole narrative where Marvel's really pushing the Inhumans. And they're using the Inhumans to sort of replace the X-Men within the Marvel Universe. That was something that just really got me pissed off. And so we have the Terrigen Mist cloud floating around the world. This was something that was pre-established after the Infinity crossover when Black Bolt, trying to stop Thanos, blows up the chamber where all the Terrigen Mist is. This cloud starts floating around the world. The thing is, there's a bunch of Inhumans that have mixed into the the normal human population. So when this mist arrives, we have new Inhumans popping up left and right, and one of these new Inhumans is Ulysses. So the thing is, this Ulysses guy he's a precog. He can see into the future, and his whole power set is going to be like the main driving force to the plot of the story. The whole idea of pre-crimes, if you could stop a crime before it happens and stuff like that, if it's ethical, non-ethical. Because the thing is, he could see supervillains trying to take over the world, or superheroes making terrible mistakes and stuff like that. That's how his powers. Like, you never see him stop saving people from earthquakes or natural disasters. No, it has to be some supervillain, a cosmic entity, or a superhero, but nothing like a normal thing, or saving people from a falling plane or stuff like that. Yeah, at least you don't see it in this story. So the thing is, Ulysses sees the end of the world, and we jump to this whole situation. We have this dark celestial. I have no idea who he is, because that's another thing about this crossover. I had a total lack of interest in trying to buy all the tie-ins, so I don't know if there's like a backstory to this guy who arrives on Earth or what. We have Mark Waid's Avengers. Another thing, like this particular run within the Marvel, during that time of Marvel, I wasn't interested in. I bought all the issues and I traded them away immediately. I didn't think they were too good. The thing is, they arrive. There's like, what the hell? How are we going to take this guy down? The thing is, almost every active hero at the time arrives to help him stop the Celestial. We have the Avengers, the X-Men, Inhumans. I don't know who else I can mention here, but like the who's who within Marvel, they all arrive. And another thing is, we have Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Magic, Brother Voodoo, Hellstrom. They use magic to stop the Celestial, but the thing is, like, magic had sort of died in the Marvel Universe, so Bendis just completely ignored continuity there. And so they're able to stop the Celestial. All the superheroes are happy. And the thing is, what happens is, like, Tony Stark asked Captain Marvel, she was leading this group of superheroes that arrived, is like, how the hell did you know this was going to happen? And you rallied all these forces. Like, no, we have this new young kid. He's a precog. He's part of the Inhumans, Ulysses. And so we start with a little mild debate over if it's right or wrong to use this guy. They don't know the nature of his powers, how they work, if it's subjective. And so we sort of start this like very timid debate between Tony Stark, if it's right to use this kid. We don't know if he's always 100% right, how is it going to affect the future and stuff like that. So as the story progresses, something terrible happens. Tony Stark is notified. Rhodey, War Machine, his best friend, dies in an Avengers mission. She-Hulk is almost killed. And the thing is, what Tony discovers is Captain Marvel through Ulysses' visions, she bakes this team to try to stop Thanos. And they battle Thanos. This is something that really, really pisses me off. Off panel. Like, it doesn't happen. This is a complete waste of opportunity, not having a battle, a crossover, start a crossover with a battle with Thanos. No, this probably took place in a tie-in that I don't have, and this really, really pisses me off. So the thing is, like, Tony's freaking pissed off that he feels like Captain Marvel put his best friend in the path of danger, got him killed, just because he uses Ulysses' power, and they didn't think things through. They just react and just go out and try to solve the problem without having a proper battle plan and stuff like that. So this really starts to drive a wedge between Tony Stark, and Captain Marvel, which leads to Tony actually kidnapping Ulysses and trying to understand how his minds work. And here's like one big thing about the story is like they really drive home Tony Stark's point of view. You understand why he has issues with Ulysses' powers. He really tries to understand how they tick, understand the nature of those powers. While Captain Marvel is just, we're going to use him just because. And she has this really reactionary position. And so she just comes out as a total idiot that just has no motivations. She just wants to use his powers to solve these problems, and she doesn't see any problem with the side effects of the use of Ulysses and the way she carries herself. So it's a really one-sided thing where you, at least for me, you only see that Tony's right and Captain Marvel's wrong. That actually, at least for me, didn't happen in Civil War. The first one, you could sort of take sides, stuff like that. So the thing is, he kidnaps Ulysses. Captain Marvel arrives in company to try to get him back within humans because it's going to start a war within humans. And the thing is, they see a vision of Hulk because Ulysses' powers, he projects what he sees in the future in the minds of other people. They see the Hulk has killed everyone. So they go visit the Hulk. And they go to see Bruce Banner and say, hey, what's up? What are you doing? Stuff like that. And this leads actually to the death of Hulk. Hawkeye kills him because he had a whole deal with Hawkeye. If he ever hulked out again, he has to go for a kill shot. And the whole death of Hulk, I thought it was so cheap. I knew they weren't going to keep him dead for very long. He would be back in 2 minutes. Hawkeye going for a kill shot, like at least the old school Hawkeye would never go for a kill shot. I don't know if he would do this more often, but it just seems so out of character that he goes out and straight up kills Bruce Banner. It just felt really cheap. And so obviously Ulysses' visions don't take place. Hawkeye ends up in prison, but it's a cool tie-in with Daredevil that's actually in this. He gets out of prison. He doesn't do time at the end of the story. He's let out. But the thing is, it's just the whole death of Bruce Banner. I thought it was cheap. Then there's one time where they use Ulysses' powers to stop like a terrorist attack from Hydra, and they discover that he actually messed up, and they throw this lady in prison. Poor lady. She's innocent over this whole situation. And so Captain Marvel's trying to interrogate her. It's like, yeah, I know you're a terrorist and stuff like that. And the lady's like, no, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. They really make her out to be a douchebag. And so this leads into the first battle. Nightcrawler rescues the poor lady. We have the first battle between the both factions of heroes. The way the factions are also built up, it's also really weird. Like, I can understand Cap, because we're talking about Hydra Cap here. It's not the normal Cap. Siding with the Iron Man, because this will serve his future interests with the whole Secret Empire crossover. That I actually really like that crossover, and Iron Man's side of the whole conflict. But the people aligning herself with Captain Marvel, yeah, I can understand Alpha Flight and the Ultimates, but like some of the X-Men feel just really out of place and joining sides with her. So the thing is, like, the action is not the best either. Like, it does have a couple of moments. Like, let me skip over this, but like, I remember the first Civil War, there were a couple really memorable battles. And in this one, not so many. The only battle that I really liked, like, it's sort of cool seeing Doctor Strange Luke Cage going up against Blue Marvel, even though he doesn't stand a chance. There's one really funny moment where Falcon Cap goes up against Magic, and Magic just teleports him all the way to Hollywood. One pretty cool moment that we probably get it in a tie-in is Miles Morales going up against Venom. And so as I said before, the battles are just really not worth it. They're not too good. Thing is, we get the first battle between Iron Man and Captain Marvel, which is sort of, it's cut short. They have a vision of Spider-Man killing Captain America, so Captain Marvel is like, okay, we have to throw Miles Morales into prison because he's going to probably kill Captain America. So we have this whole showdown over if Miles Morales should go to prison. And so we get the final battle against Captain Marvel battling against Ultra Mech Iron Man. This battle's actually pretty cool. They super battled it out. But the thing is, at the end of the story, Captain Marvel almost kills Iron Man. He's not dead. That's another thing that felt really cheap. Like, he falls into a coma. And Ulysses' powers, which I must say, like, some of the ideas, I feel they're wasted opportunities. Go into Overload, and Ulysses, like, peeks far into the future, into a bunch of crazy timelines. We get a little peek into the Secret Empire crossover. But the thing is, like, we get to see part of Jason Aaron's run on Thor. You can see Ultron. He becomes like an avatar to eternity. That's a whole really cool idea that they don't really explore. He just goes off into the universe. He's gone. And the whole resolution of the story is like Captain Marvel just was a super idiot, at least for me, pushing the whole agenda with Ulysses. An old teammate, Tony, is in coma now. And the whole status quo to the Marvel Universe after this sort of sucks. The Guardians of the Galaxy are stuck on Earth. We got the new crazy She-Hulk. Inhumans are still really like super important characters. And so that's all I have to say about this crossover. It just felt really mediocre. It's not terrible. It's an okay read. Like, I would give it a 5 out of 10. So see you guys next time, and bye.